everybody. Welcome to another edition of the KREF High School Huddle on this KREFsports.tv YouTube page. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media. Tap in with us on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook as well. You've seen the Twitter and the IG have been pretty busy. We've had a lot of content over the last week or so. So glad you're with us. That's Connor Pasby. I'm Grayson Singleton. We are 1 week away from football. Football week 0 is a week from, well, I guess a week from yesterday, as we've got a couple of Thursday games. So let's go ahead and get it started here on this edition of the High School Huddle. We've got a lot coming up. We're going to hear from a couple of head coaches at the end of the show, but we're going to start out with one of the cooler things that we've done at KREFsports.tv in recent memory. Kyiah Prestridge, basketball from Westmoore, announced her commitment to, well, I'll let her tell it to you.
Well, I think it's about time we answer the question, where is home for Kyiah Prestridge?
Oh, gosh. I will be committing to the University of Arkansas. Go Razorbacks!
So congratulations to Kyiah Prestridge, pardon me, but also good job on Matt Bowling's part for KREFsports.tv facilitating that as well. And Connor, we have a commitment that went live on KREF Sports TV.
That's pretty cool, Grace. Yeah, Prestridge, obviously a extremely good talent for Westmoore basketball. We got to see her quite a bit, just her style of play. Four-star kid on Westmoore. Yeah, awesome to see. I mean, it came down to a few other Power 4 schools, and she decides to choose Arkansas, and it's a great thing to see. And, yeah, just pretty cool in general for her to, reach out and just get it on the live stream for all the folks to watch it. So very special moment for Prestridge and, of course, her teammates being right behind her to watch it.
Really cool stuff. I think the Oklahoma City Thunder have set the standard for including teammates and just that sort of camaraderie there. So that was really cool to see. Congratulations to Kyiah. You're going to be wearing red for the foreseeable future. So congratulations to Kyiah Prestridge on that. Let's get to last night's action because there was a ton, and we're going to start at Westmoore. Actually, keep it with Westmoore because Westmoore softball hosted Edmond Memorial softball, and it was Keegan Baker's night.
2 pitch, here it comes, and another 1-2 pitch, and the next pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 pitch, here it comes, and a swing and a miss. On the way, and a swing and a miss. 4 standing in, the pitch. Strike for Baker, here it comes, on the way, and a swing and a miss. Baker's next pitch, swing and a miss. On the way, and a swing and a miss pitch. Ooh, called strike pitch. Swing and a miss. The 0-2 on the way, and a swing and a miss. She struck her out. And a swing and a miss. 1. Here's the pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss to the count. And a swing and a miss.
Final stat line read like this: 11 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 1 run allowed, and 16 strikeouts for Keegan Baker. She throws a 157 pitches, faces 39 batters on the night. But it wasn't just Baker during this game, because in the top of the 11th, her offense finally showed up.
Top of the 11th, and the pitch on the way. Well hit, left field. Townley going back, and it's gone. It'll be Townley, then the top of the order. There's another well hit ball in the left field. Townley goes back on this one, and that's gone.
So Avery McGinnis and Jocelyn Rogers go back-to-back to give Edmond Memorial the 3-1 lead, and then Keegan Baker finally shuts things down in the 11th. Edmond Memorial goes to 6-2 on the year with the extra inning win.
Yeah, a big-time performance for Keegan Baker. Obviously got that run support late from the offense, but, man, you don't see that often when a game goes that long and the pitcher stays in to throw 157 pitches. Just shows that, man, her arm doesn't get tired, and she just gets better and better as the game goes on. And, yeah, Keegan Baker is a huge talent in the state of Oklahoma and the sport of softball, going to OU, and she put on quite the performance last night in front of a lot of people.
Oklahoma had a workhorse in Sam Landry last year, and a couple years from now, they'll be getting one in Keegan Baker. I'm going to give you this stat, too, I found. She had 16 strikeouts. Half of them only half were in regulation in those 7 innings. She picked up 8 more between innings 8 through 11, which is absolutely bananas. What a night for her. Also, what a night for Olivia Carter. She's had a hot start to the volleyball season in her sophomore year, but she just registered a season-high 15 kills in Norman's win over UConn. So heck of a performance there. But back to softball. Broken Arrow beats Bixby 13-3. Avery Beach, one of the ones that go yard. You were there last night. What an offensive explosion by the Tigers.
Yeah, it all started early. 6 runs for Broken Arrow in the first inning. Kinsley Cotner got it started early with a 3-run home run. And 1 inning later, it comes from Avery Beach. But yes, Broken Arrow, I mean, I'm sure you know, but it's a powerhouse school for softball, and they brought back quite a bit of talent from last year. But yeah, they got after it very early against a Bixby team, and it was a really good performance and a run rule win for the Broken Arrow Tigers.
Yeah, they also returned a lot from a slow pitch team that did really well in the spring as well. So a team that's got a lot of continuity. They've been playing a lot of softball as of recent, and it's starting to show. Keep an eye on the Tigers as we get closer to the postseason. Carly Curtis ended last season really hot, and she has started this season the same way. She homers twice in Moore's 14-1 run rule victory over Edmond Santa Fe, and Carly Curtis, Moore's power hitter, right back at it.
No, she is. Yeah, Curtis, a great talent from last year. It was a big to get more. For her to return and an offensive explosion for the Moore Lions. And, I mean, it's just another team. We know how good the Moore schools are every single year in the sport of softball. It looks like Moore is not going anywhere. I mean, they had Libby J.Q.'s last year, and now it's Curtis, picking it up, having 2 home runs last night in a big win.
Yeah. Sticking with Moore. That was all of our action from last night. What a night on KREFSports.tv. Also, Norman North picks up a win over Edmond North on the diamond, 6-0 after 5 2/3 shutout innings from Carlin Utley. She was fantastic in the circle. But sticking with Moore, Cameron Bennett is the new head coach for the Lions football team, and JD Northcutt spoke with him in our Moore, there's a fly flying around, in our Moore football show this week. And here was Cameron Bennett on his new philosophy of how to get this team playing really good football the way Moore has done over the course of the last however many decades.
With Maverick Gardner, he'll be one of the quarterbacks this year. So talk about the offensive side of the ball coming into this 2025 season.
And we're excited, very, very young in a lot of spots, but we're very mature as well in some areas as well. And it's just overall a good mix of the quarterback play that Mav's really doing a great job this off season and this fall camp. And we got 2 really good running backs, Osias Adams and Ken Coulter. Ken Coulter's a sophomore that's coming in, and he's turned a lot of heads in team camp in spring, and he's done a really good job. And obviously on the outside wide receivers, we got Tucker Stoll, we got Landis Green, we got Ben Cruz, and we also got another sophomore, Nate Hendricks, has done an unbelievable job. And those guys, they work hard, they put in the effort, and that's one thing I've noticed ever since I walked in the door. They work hard.
Oh, no doubt.
These guys work hard, and it's a blessing, and it's just an honor. I mean, we don't have to jump and scream and yell at them to work hard. They just come in and put in the work every day, and that's a testament not only to them but their homes too.
I talked to Cameron Bennett earlier in the summer. What do you think Cameron Bennett's going to bring to this Moore football team?
Well, he's a very energetic guy, and with Cameron Bennett, I mean, his team's going to be, tough and physical in the trenches. I believe I mentioned that when we talked to him in the summer after he took the job at Moore. So there's going to be no surprise there that they're going to be a big physical team. He likes Maverick Gardner, the quarterback, which we know last year he did quite a bit for the Moore team. I mean, return punts, get involved in the receiving game, but now he's going to take a big role now being the quarterback, and that just shows how great of an athlete is and that he can do multiple things to help out this team.
He takes over for the departed Malachi Miller, who is now at Harding, just completed his first collegiate fall camp. And speaking of Maverick Gardner, let's hear from the Lions quarterback.
Distribute the ball, and those guys are going to make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah, so just kind of talk about some of the go-to guys that we have.
You got Tucker Stoll on our outside,
Yep.
You got Landis on our other side, and those are 2 playmakers right there. And then you got Ben who one of our fastest kids at our school, and then you got Nate on the other side. And
Well, let's go.
really excited and talent all around me.
It's go time.
So Maverick Gardner's starting to develop that rapport with some of his teammates. He likes the skill position players around him. More Lions football, quick assessment of them going into the season.
Well, I like Maverick Gardner, the guy that we're, talking about. That was a big piece to bring back from last year. If we're just talking about from an athlete perspective and a guy that can just make plays on the field, you just got to be able to keep him healthy. And, his ability to run, that obviously helps in the running game, but they're going to have to, complete passes as well. And I'm sure that's a part of the game that Maverick Gardner will continue to work on and be ready for that by week 0.
Yeah, no doubt. Moore opens up week 0 next week at Westmoore, which, by the way, is the first time the Moore War will be played at Westmoore, and it will be the site of our KREFsports.tv network pregame show. The first time we are going to do this year. So we are going to film a network-wide pregame show from Westmoore, the host for the first time of the Moore War. And you can catch that on all of your broadcasts on KREFsports.tv as well, as Moore War opens up week 0 and is our Metro Fort of OKC game of the week on KREFsports.tv. So you will not want to miss that. We had another football coaches show this week at Buffalo Wild Wings as we go up I-35 to Edmond, where Josh Helmer talks to Edmond North head coach Carter Whitson about the football program, and he's got a couple of quarterbacks that he really has been impressed by in camp leading up to the season.
You've got a couple of quarterbacks, Coach, that I know you like a lot, and probably more than just a couple of quarterbacks. But what can you tell us about Chauncey and Lakin?
Yeah, we've got 2 really special quarterbacks. Chauncey started as a sophomore last year. Lakin came in, played late in the year as a freshman last year on varsity, played JV the rest of the year. So we've got 2 really special quarterbacks. They're dynamic. They're both really good athletes. I think the defense is tired of seeing them in red because they can't hit them all the time. But if they weren't in red, I don't know if you'd be hitting them very much anyway, because these guys are pretty good. They're both different, but they can do the same stuff, so it helps us out as offensively. We don't have to change the offense depending on who the quarterback is. They both can throw it and they both can run it. They're strong guys. They're fast guys. They're really good quarterbacks. So having Chauncey back as a returning starter is a weapon. He's one of the only ones coming back in the district as a returning starter, and the second best one in the district might be his backup, which is awesome. And he doesn't treat himself as a backup. He keeps working hard, and he keeps pressing to win that job. So it's awesome to have 2 quarterbacks. Helps us have some freedom calling plays, knowing that one guy cramps up, one guy, his helmet falls off, the next guy comes in, we don't skip a beat.
There you go. We saw a lot of Chauncey Cravens last year, but then Lakin comes in, does some really good things. And now Carter Whitson, he's got a big decision on his hands of how he's going to utilize both of these dudes in 2025.
Yeah, both quarterbacks battling for the spot, and you're right about Craven. Saw him a lot last year. I was up in Bixby when Edmond North, they ended up losing big to the Spartans. But in the first half in that game, you saw the talent for Cravens, what he can do, and his ability to just keep the play alive. That's what sticks out with him, being in the pocket and not giving up on the play, using his legs. And now for Cravens, it's just about, just growing into a quarterback, being smarter with your decisions. And I'm sure he will do that. And we'll see who gets the job. I'm sure Lakin is going to, keep fighting to try to get that spot. And it looks like they'll try to use both of them early on in the season.
Should be a fun one, as a new day at Edmond North with a couple of quarterbacks, and also on our broadcasting side as well. Josh Helmer is going to do an excellent job calling the Huskies this year. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the KREF High School Huddle here on the KREFsports.tv YouTube page. Remember, tap in with us on social media at KREF Sports TV, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook as well. For Connor Pasby, I'm Grayson Singleton. We'll talk to you next week. Football is around the corner. Have a good weekend, everybody.